Hi, welcome to AllCBTs. My name is David. And in today's video, we'll be looking at basic school maths. This maths is for pupils from the class of primary 3 to primary 6. Let's get into it. Question 1. From the year 2009, you can make reference to this question in this year. A trader sold 120 oranges at 10 naira each and made a profit of 240 naira. What was the cost price of each orange? Now, in mathematics or when it comes to business, you must know that there is cost price, there is selling price, and there is profit. So that's the amount the person bought it, cost price minus selling price equals to profit. So if I bought something 500 and I sold it at 550, what will the profit be? 50 naira, right? So we want to know now from this question we have been given the selling price that's sold. You sold it at 120. We've been given the selling price. We've been given the profit. Something is missing, the cost price. So we have the selling price, which is this. Selling price is what? 120 oranges times 10. 120 times 10. We've been given the profit, which is what? Profit of 240. So what is left is what? The cost price. Okay, so the cost price will now be what? You multiply this. 1,200 equals to 240. So cost price equals to, you take your 1 to the other side. So that will be 1,200 minus 240. The cost price will be what? 1,200. Sorry. 1 2 minus 240, 960. So and then how many oranges? Now I want to know the price per one. Okay, so this is the cost price for the 120 oranges. This is the cost price for the 120 oranges. Now we want to know the price per one orange. So the price per one orange equals to 960 over the total number of oranges, which is 120. 120. 0 cancels 0. 12 in 1, 12. 12 in 96 will give you what? That should be around 8. Okay. So the price per orange is what? 8 naira. So he bought the orange at what? 8 naira and sold it at how much? Selling price of 12 naira. Okay, good. So B is the correct option. Now let's go to question 2. Find the sum of the first 20 natural numbers. Find the sum of the first 20 natural numbers. What's the meaning of natural numbers? Simply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Any number that does not have decimal place or that is not a fraction is a natural number. So the first 20 natural number, like I just mentioned, is 1 to 20. So simply, all you just have to do is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 up onto 20, right? Plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10 plus 11 plus 12 plus 13 plus 14, like that. So when you get to, okay, let's just continue. Plus 16 plus 17 plus 18 plus 19 plus 20. Right. So now you begin to have it. 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 3, 6, 10, 15, 21, 28, 36. By the time you sum up everything, what you will have is what? 210. Okay. So that's the sum of 1 to 20. That's the answer to this question, 210. Question 3. Express 0.375 as a fraction in its lowest term. What's a fraction? A number that has a numerator and denominator. Okay, so express 0.375 as a fraction in its lowest. Now mind the clause there, the instruction there. In its lowest, that means divide it to the lowest. Okay, so what's the number again? 0.375. You want to divide it to the lowest. Now, the decimal point has moved 3 times. So you are dividing by what? By 1000. Because when you look at it now, it's in its what place. So if you want to put it in its place value, this is the unit, this is the tenth, this is the hundredth, and this is the what? Thousandth, right? So because your 0 is in thousands, if you want to put this as a fraction, this decimal as a fraction, it will be 375 over 1000, because your 0 is in the thousandth place. Okay, so 375 over 1000. Then you can now divide. So you divide using a common multiple. So let's say we are using 5 now. We use 5 to divide 5 in 37. You have 5, and you have 7. Remainder 2, right? Remainder 2. 5 in 25, 5. 5 in 1000, you have 200, right? 5 can still go. 5 in 75, you have 15, right? And 5 in 200, you have 40, right? 5 can still go. 5 in 15, you have 3. And 5 in 40, you have 8. So the correct option is what? 3 over 8. So we have divided it to its lowest term. And then question 4. What is the LCM of 12 and 18? What is the LCM of 12 and 18? So you have 12 on one side, you have 18 on the other. What's the LCM? So you start with the lowest number that can divide, the lowest prime number that can divide these numbers. So 2 in 12, 6, 2 in 18, 9, 2 in 6, 3. 2 cannot go in 9, so you bring your 9 down. So your 3, introduce 3 because 2 cannot go in 9 and 2 cannot go in 3 anymore. So 3 in 3, 1, 3 in 9, 3, 3 again, 1, 1, right? So 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. Your LCM of 12 and 18 equals to what? 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. So 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 3, 12. 12 times 3, 36. So the LCM of 12 and 18 is 36. Question 5. It says, if a car travels 60 km in 1 hour, how far will it travel in 3.5 hours at the same speed? What's the so you have, what are the parameters we have there? Parameters are like notable points in the questions. So the car is traveling, the distance is what? 60 km. It travels that in 1 hour per hour. Then it says, how far will it travel in 3.5 km? 3.5 hours. So it travels 60 km in 1 hour. 1 hour. What will it travel in 3.5 hours? Simple. The simplest way to do this is just to multiply your hour times your distance. Okay, so time is equals to distance times hour, speed rather. Speed is equals to distance times hour, which is what? 60 km times 3.5. So by the time you multiply that together, 60 times 3.5, you would have 210 km per hour. So your speed will be what? You will travel 210 km in 3.5 hours. Okay, so that's option C. Now we move on to question 6. What is the value of 3 over 4 of 80? As I've often said in previous past questions, of simply means multiplication. So 3 over 4 of 80 will be what? 3 over 4 times 80. Okay, so 3 times 80, that's what? 240, right? That's 240 divided by 4. 4 year 1, 4 in 24 is what? 60. Okay, so the value of 3 over 4 base, that's 60. C. Option C is the correct option. Now moving on, question number 7. Question 7. Find the average of 12, 18, 24, and 30. Find the average. The average also means like the mean, okay, of 12, 18, 24, and 30. Simply what that is asking you to do is add it all together, then divide it by the total number of numbers that are there. So you have 12 plus 18 plus 24 plus 30. Divided by how many numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 numbers. So 12 plus 18 is what? 30 plus 24, 54 plus 30, 84, right? So 84 divided by 4, that will be what? 84 divided by 4, you have 21. 4 in 8, 2. 4 in 4, 1. So the average of these 4 numbers is what? 21, option B. Question 8. A rectangle has a length of 10 centimeter and width of 5 centimeter. Find its perimeter. Now for all questions as this, they already have their formula. So just introduce the formula and then you can solve them simply. So the perimeter for solving rectangle is what? 2 bracket length plus width. Okay, this is the formula for solving the perimeter of a rectangle. So and then you introduce the parameters. Like I said, parameters are the points in a question into the formula. So the length, according to this question, is what? 10 centimeter. So you put your 10. And the width, according to this question, is what? Width of 5 centimeter. So you put your 5. So add what is inside the bracket first, according to the law of Bode math. That's 15. Then multiply it with what is outside. So 2 times 15, that will be what? 30. 30 is missing, option T is missing. So that's 30, okay? So 30 centimeter. That's the perimeter of this rectangle. Next, question number 9 from 2013. It says find the value of x. Find the value of x in the equation 3x minus 5 equals 16. (3x minus 5 equals 16). Okay, so we want x or 3x to stand on its own. All right, so for 3x, for us to set 3x on its own or to make x the subject of the formula, every other number has to go across the equal sign. You must have been taught that in school. So 3x will stand on its own. All other numbers with it will go across the equal sign. So and when minus 5 crosses the equal sign, it becomes what? Plus 5. Or we can also decide to subtract 5 from both sides, whichever way you want to do it. But the simplest way is just to cross this to the other side to become plus 5. So you have 16 plus 5. But let me put the second method. The second method is for 3x to stand on its own, you subtract 5 from here and subtract it from this other side. It will also be what? 3x minus 5. Sorry, you add 5 rather. Plus 5 equals to 16 plus 5. So both sides. So here you will now have it as 3x because minus 5 plus 5 will be 0. 3x equals to 16 plus 5, 21. So now to set x free, you divide it by 3 on both sides. So x equals to 7. If you follow this method also, it boils down to the same thing. You divide it by 3. So but your answer there is what? 7. The value of x is what? 7. Alright, question 10. The sum of 3 consecutive odd numbers is 51. Find the smallest number. Okay, So 3 consecutive odd numbers, that's numbers that cannot be divided by 2, is 51. Find the smallest number. So let's say the first number is, because it says it must be consecutive. So the first number, let's say the first number is x. Okay, then the next number, let's say the next number is x plus 2. And then the third number, let's say x plus 3. So let's say these are the 3 numbers. So then you have the total of it equals to what? 51. So x plus 2, no, because they must be consecutive. 0, 2, 4. So this has to be 4. Equals to be what? 51. So you add this together and divide by 51. It must give us those 3 consecutive numbers. So x, that becomes what? 3x plus 2 plus 4, 6 equals to 51. Okay, so you make x stand on its own by taking 6 from both sides. So 3x plus 6 minus 6 equals to 51 minus 6. So this leaves plus 6 minus 6 is 0. So 3x equals to 51 minus 6. 51 minus 6 will be what? 45. So 3x equals to 45. So by the time you divide it by 3, you have x equals to 15. 3 divided by 45 is 15. So the smallest number will be what? 15. Okay, so x is 15. Then the next one will be what? S plus 2, 17. And then the next one will be what? S plus 4, 19. That's 15 plus 4, 19. 15 plus 2, 17. By the time you sum up all these numbers together, it should give you 51, right? So that's 15 plus 17 plus 19. Yes, and that's correct. 51. Question 10. 11. A cuboid has how many edges? A cuboid has how many edges? You count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the other side, this side, that side. The total is 12. So always keep that at the back of your mind. Cuboid has 12 edges by the time you count all the sides. So we're not going to spend too long on that. Then 12. Find the HCF, highest common factor, of 36 and 60. Highest common factor of 36 and 60. So you have 36 and then you have 60. What's the highest common factor? Let's start with 36. What are the numbers that will go in 36? You have 2, 3, you have 4, you have 9. Okay, yes, you have 6. You have 6. You have 9. You have 12. You have 18. Then you have 36. No other number will go through apart from this. What about 60? You have 2. You have 3. Of course, 4 will go. And 5. And then 6. 7 will go. 8 will go. Then 9 will go. And then 10. And then you have 12. Then you have 15. 18 will now go. Then you have 20. Then you have 25 will go. Then you have 30. And then you have 60. So what's the highest common between the both of them? And that will be 12. Right. Yeah? So that's 12. There's 18 is not here, and then 9 is not here. So we're left with 12. That's option C. And then you go to next question from 2015. If 3x is equals to 27, find x. 3x is equals to 27. What is x? We've already seen several questions as this already. So you just need to divide both sides by 3 for x to stand on its own. So 27 divided by 3 will give us what? 9. X is equals to 9. Option C. Question 14. The perimeter of a square is 48 centimeters. Find the length of one side. So this is a square. Now you know the square. In the square, all sides are equal. Okay, so whatever is here is equal to whatever is here, is equal to whatever is here, is equal to whatever is here. So the formula for perimeter of a square is L4, because all sides are, the four sides are equal, which is just length times length times length times the first lengths are equal. So if the perimeter is what? The total sides is 48. What will be the length of one side? So that will be L is equals to 48 over 4. So L is equals to 12. So the length of one side will be 12 centimeters. And then question 15. Convert 2,500 grams to kilograms. So 1 kilogram equals 1,000 grams. Okay, so kilo means 1,000. So okay, convert 2,500 grams to kilogram, kg. So 1 kilogram is equals to 1,000 grams. So 2.5 kilogram equals to what? No, 2,500 grams equals to what? We bring it to this side. 2.5 kilogram. It's just saying 2,500 divided by 1,000. So 2.5 kilogram. And then question 16. A man bought 5 books at 120 naira each and sold all for 750. What is his gain? Okay, so a man bought 5 books. A man bought 5 books at 120 each. So this is the 5 books that was bought, each for 120 naira. 120, 120, 120, 120. So what is his gain? He now sold all the 5 books for 750. So first thing is to know the total cost price. We've already seen a question as this before. Okay, the total cost price for all these books. 120 plus 120 plus 120 plus 120 plus, or 120 times 5, and that will give you 600 naira. So then he sold all for 750. I told you the formula already is what? Cost price minus selling price equals to profit, or selling price minus cost price equals to profit. I think this is the better way it should be. Selling price minus cost price equals to profit, because the selling price is often higher than the cost price. So the selling price sold all was 750. So selling price is what? 750. Cost price of all the books 600. What is his profit? P. 750 minus 600, 150. So his profit is 150 naira. That's his gain. A box contains 4 red balls and 6 blue balls. What's the probability of picking a red ball? This is the box. Oh, very good. So, but in this one we have more blue balls. But a box contains 4 red balls. So let me just red balls 4, 6 blue balls 6. What's the probability of picking a red ball? So the probability of picking a red ball is the amount of red ball over the total number. Okay, let's do the total number first. Total number of balls is what? 10. So the probability of picking a red ball is the amount of red ball over the total number of balls that is in the box. So red ball is what? 4. The total number of balls is what? 10. So the probability of picking the red ball is 4 over 10. But you can still divide it. If you divide it, you have 2 over 5. So probability of picking the red ball is 2 over 5 or 4 over 10, whichever one. That's correct. Alright, question 18. Round 57.468 to 2 decimal places. Okay, 57.468 to 2 dp. All right, so the decimal place just means where you move your points to, or the position of the full stop or the point, and it's supposed to be here. Now if you count from here, 1, 2, you are moving it here. Okay, so this is the second place, first place, second place, third place. It's currently at the fourth place, so you have to round it up to this point. So let me just put a fake point here. So you round up your 8 on your 6, because now the rule, remember the rule that 0 to 4, you round it to 0 and add it to the number that you are rounding up to. Then 5 to 9, you round it to 1 and add it to that same number. So because this 8 falls between 5 to 9, you round it to 1 and add it to 6. So what you have will be what? 57.47. Okay, so rounding it up to 2 decimal place, and that will be option A. Okay, moving forward. Now, question 19. The angles of a triangle are in the ratio 2, 3, 4. Find the largest angle. Okay, so the angles of a triangle. This is a triangle. The angles of a triangle are in the ratio 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is not even a proper angle that explains what we are saying here. So let's say 2, 3, 4. This one better explains it. So the angles of a triangle are in the ratio 2. Let's say this is 2, 3, and 4. Find the largest angle. And you have been taught that the sum of angles in a triangle is what? 180 degrees. So you have 180 degrees. Ratio 2, 3, 4. In order to know what ratio 4 would hold, you have to sum up all of the angles first. So 2 plus 3 plus 4, that will give you 9. So you have 9. Then you divide your 180 by 9 to know what one ratio will be. So 180 divided by 9, you have 20 degrees. So you multiply it by 4. 20 degrees times 4, that will be 80 degrees. So your largest angle will be what? This place will be what? 80 degrees. What about this place? 20 degrees times 3, 60 degrees. This one will be 60. What about this place? 20 degrees times 2, 40. So this one will be what? 40. So by the time you add everything together, it will give you 40 plus 80 plus 60. It will give you 180 degrees. Remember that the sum of all the angles that are in a triangle must not be more than 180. So the largest angle, which is the ratio 4 angle, is 80 degrees. Now, question 20. All right. A train leaves at 8:45 a.m. and arrives at 12:15 p.m. How long is the journey? Okay, so it's just looking at the distance between 8:45 and 12:15 p.m. So first of all, how many hours is between 8 to 12? We have 3 hours first of all. Now you can say 8, first of all, let's say 8:45 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. That's a standard 3 hours. 3 hours already. So then you now have from 11:45 a.m. to 12:15 a.m. 45 minutes. You have 15 minutes there. You have 15 minutes here. So you have 3 hours, 30 minutes. Okay. This one doesn't require any calculation. So 8:45 to 12:15. First of all, you look at the closest time that matches with 8:45 so that you can make a good subtraction, which will be 11:45, and that's 3 hours difference. So then you have 15 minutes to complete to 12 noon here, and then you have 15 minutes after 12 noon. By the time you add both 15 minutes together, you have 30 minutes. So that's 3 hours, 30 minutes. Option B. Alright. Question 21. Find the area of a triangle with base 12 cm and height 9 cm. So this is a triangle here. Okay? Base 12, height 9. And what's the area for a triangle? Half base times height. So the area of a triangle A equals to half base times height. So base is what? 12. A is equals to 1 over 2 times 12 times 9. 1 times 12 times 9. 1 times 12 is 12. So 12 times 9. That's 108 divided by 2. So that will be what? 54 centimeters. So the area is what? 54 centimeter square. Now, if you have watched up until this level and you are yet to be subscribed to the channel, it's time to do so. In this channel, we have English, quantitative, social studies, and all of the subjects. You'll be able to master them after watching several of these videos as you prepare yourself for the National Common Entrance Examination. You can also find the link to download our apps in the description of this video. Download those apps and begin practicing hundreds of these questions right away. Now let's continue. Question 22. Express 3.25 as a mixed fraction. What is a mixed fraction? A fraction that has an whole number and fraction, okay, together. That's what a mixed fraction is. So 3.25 as a mixed fraction, that you have something like this, okay. Now, this is also, you can also call this, if we are to separate this, if we are to separate this number, okay, into a whole number and a fraction number, what you will have is what, and a decimal number rather, what you have is what, 3, and then you also have 0.25. Do you agree? You have 3.00 and you have 0.25. So if that's the case, then you can have your 3 and you can also have your 0.25 on the other side. So if you have your 0.25 on the other side and you want to convert this to a fraction, 0.25 to a fraction is also the same thing as saying 25 over 100, right? So then you divide this first. So then you now come and join it back, reunion it to your 3. So 25, if you use 5 here, you have 5 here, you have 20. And then you still use 5, you have 1, and here you have 4 rather, you have 4. Okay, so by the time you now bring your 3 and your 1 again together, you have 3, 1 over 4, right? Correct, so that's option A. So we have been able to change the decimal number to mixed fraction or mixed number. That's option A. Moving forward, 23. Find the value of 2 raised to power 3 times 3 raised to power 2. Okay, 2 raised to power 3 times 3 raised to power 2, which is what? 2 times 2 times 2. Simply put 2 in 3 places times 3 in 2 places. Okay, so 2 times 2 times 2, 8 times 9. 8 times 9, 72. So that's 72. What do we have here? D. Option D is the correct option. Now, question 24. If 2/3 of a number is 60, what is 1/6 of that same number? Okay, so 2/3 of a number is of x equals to 60. 2/3 of x equals to 60. So what is 1/6 of that number? So let's say I've told you that wherever you see of, it means multiplication. So 2x over 3 equals to 60. Alright, so we multiply 60 by 3. So 2x will be 60 times 3. So 2x will be what? 180. So you divide both sides by 2. So x will be 90. So that number is 90. Now what is 1/6 of that number? So 90 times 1/6. So x will be what? 90/6. And by the time you divide it, x will be 15. That's option E. And then question 25. The mean of 8, 12, 16, and 20 is what? 8, 12, 16, and 20. What's mean? It's just the average. Mean is like the average. So you're going to add everything together and divide it by the total number of the numbers, which is 4. That's 20, 36, 56. 56/4, which will give you what? 4 in 5, 1, 4. 14. That's option B. Alright, and with that, we have come to the end of today's class. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more of it, make sure you smash the like button and stay subscribed to the channel. We'll see you in the next class. Hi, I'm sure you enjoyed the content you just watched. To see more episodes as that, preparing you for your oncoming exams, smash the subscribe button on this channel right now and visit the playlist that we've made for you, covering over 50 type of different exams, including JAMB, WAEC, Kakao, NEET, IELT, and the likes like that. Also, in every video you watch, we have the link to our apps where you can download on Google Play Store and Apple Play Store and practice hundreds of past questions for free.